So it's a new season here in the Euro Journeyman, and we have our first two games of the league season in the Swedish Premier Division. If you're not familiar with the save so far, go back in the playlist, go watch it from the beginning. But we are in our eighth season, is it? Let's count them up. So we started off in obviously the fourth division, unemployed. We then had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seasons. Now moving into our eighth season at the same club, which has showed tremendous loyalty. We are out of contract in December, though, which would be the end of this season. We are, of course, improving as a manager. Reputation starting to go up, all that stuff. So there's every chance we do start to get a bit of interest to us. Our goal, we finished third last year, which does mean we'll have Conference League qualifications at some point. But our goal is to try and win the league. We're a little bit of ways from it in the media prediction, but we've signed some new players this season, and a few of them were back end of last season as well, which are going to get a full run in the side. And this is the team we're going with for our first game of the new season. We've got a few injured, one suspended as well. But this is the team we're going with. We've got Harrison making his debut in goal. A back four, familiar names: Christian Berman, Appiah, Tolf and Vucinic Persson. We've then got Osterberg making his league debut, joined on a £1.7 million deal, was it? £1.4 million to be exact. Along with Finley Gorman, who signed back end of last season. Then Mundell Smith, familiar name. Oh my God, we still can't pronounce his name. Ibrahimov is obviously another one who signed late last season, and then a familiar front two of El Bouzoufi, Ronnie Munkar. Everyone's fit, everyone's raring to go. We've got Griffiths on the bench, we've got Caro, Hafidi, Scanlon, Rosengren, all players you know. New boy, yeah, that's it for the new boys. Everyone else obviously injured, and a few of them are going to be out for a little while. Dewar suspended, Coop will be back soon, so we will be missing two of them. We do have to leave 3 spots on the bench because we haven't really signed enough Swedes. We've let a few go as well. If you haven't seen the transfer episode, the transfer special episode, that was last episode. So if you want to see everyone who's left, as well as where they've gone, the money we got, etc., etc., then go do that. But yeah, this is the team we're going to play in the Swedish Cup final. Another thing we did is progress in the Swedish Cup in our pre-season. So we get a little bit of a taste for who we're going to be playing in the final. They're obviously not a bad side if they're in the Cup final. But we finished the season very, very strongly last year. And realistically, with the improvements we've made, I think there's no reason we shouldn't be going on to try and win the league. Now, we have improved, I think, in goal, but 2 positions we didn't really improve in was the fullback positions. Those are still 2 positions we massively need some better players if we are to really kick on. But hopefully we can still do well regardless. Even with what we had, we still did really well. Ibrahimov that is really strange positioning by the goalkeeper. It was not a great effort from Ibrahimov. Nearly caught him out though, and it did go out for a corner. Decent start for us. But yeah, you can just tell it's the new season. We need to get up to speed a little bit. We've played pre-season games or we've played cup games. We should be fine. Hopefully, of course, we can stay Monka and El Bouzoufi get off to a goal scoring start today as well, because El Bouzoufi, of course, did win the top goal scorer award last year. So hopefully he can kick on. Now it is his second season. Hopefully he can get even more goals this time around. But an effort from distance. Looks like Harrison maybe had it covered. Obviously his debut, we'll see how he gets on. Someone who is another English boy, another English player from the English leagues anyway. Is he English or is he like Welsh or something? No, he is English. I didn't know. For some reason in my head, I thought he might have been Welsh. But he is English from Man United's academy. I think he was actually bought from someone as well. So we're obviously missing Dewar as well. He's our usual centre-back. But Tolf is pretty good as well. So we don't need to worry about that change too much. El Bouzoufi getting forward. Not really a ton of options. He's still got the ball. They're doing really well with it for a striker. Some lovely play there. Sees Mundell Smith played through. Just needs to apply the finish. And he does. Errol Mundell Smith makes it 1-0. It's the first goal of the new season. We're off to a flyer. We do want to win this game, set the standard, and then put our statement out that we are. I think we should be in a title challenge. We still could have won the title on the last day, and for the majority of the game, we were actually champions as well. We literally were first for the majority of the game after we got an early goal. We absolutely trounced whoever I can't even remember who we played now, but we absolutely trounced them, like 10-0 in the end. It's a wonder goal from Ibrahimov. I thought it was just going wide, but it's curled pretty much at the last moment, Vucinovic person gets a bit of a pity assist. It was a simple ball to him, but Ibrahimov, I mean, a full season with him, Moncur, El Boujoufi, Mundell Smith. We've also got Scanlon who can play out there. I don't think we'll be short. I think we've massively improved on that left-hand side, going from Hulgaard and Boyerson to Ibrahimov. I think is a massive, massive step up, and that really, really should mean a ton more goals, especially coming from out wide. Harrison, though, is beaten. I think it took a deflection, in fairness, but I think he could have maybe saved that. It was still relatively not too bad. I think he could have maybe saved that. So unfortunately, no clean sheet on the debut. But I think it did take a little bit of deflection. If we're being kind, it did look like it maybe took a deflection. 2-1 as it stands. Not long left before the half, but they've swung one in. Berman clears, but it's come straight back to them. And once again, defensively, we look sus. And Harrison, oh my word, we didn't spend too much on him, but we are spending a bit of wage on him, and he should be a lot better. That was straight at him. That is really poor from Ellie Harrison. He really, really has to be saving that. There is no excuses not to get a touch on that. I mean, that is just, I don't even know what's happened there. And they're in again. They're in again. Harrison does nothing again. Is he offside? No, he's onside. And all of a sudden, we've went from 2-0 up, just totally walking the game, to 3-2 down. Tolf's having a shocker. Harrison's having a shocker. Berman's having a shocker. Well, that's a reality check for us. 2 minutes, 2 goals. Oh my God, I can't speak. Raging, fizzing. 2-0 up. And then in the space of what? 6 minutes, we're behind. Absolutely incredible. Really poor from Harrison. He's let at least 2 in he should have saved. And the defence, Tolf, Epia, Berman, Vucinovic, Persson, well, what are they doing? It's just absolutely shocking. And now we're a goal behind. And we need our attack to get us out of danger here, because once again, the defence has let us down. And it really is just poor. Like, I don't really think there's anything we could do about that in terms of tactics. It's just poor goalkeeping. It's not a very good start for him. First game in net. And yes, we normally play Cooper, but he's not really like a star player. We normally play Dewar, again, not like an unbelievable player. So yes, it's a little bit of a different back line, but they normally don't concede this badly, and we really don't want to get off to a losing start if we are to challenge for the league title. Mundell Smith, again, the goalkeeper save it. Maybe there's been an update or something. Ibrahimov has got an injury though. 3-3, good work from Mundell Smith. What we'll do, we don't really have another left winger, that's the problem. I guess Scanlon can play out there. He can play pretty much everywhere. So James Scanlon's going to come on. Unfortunately, Ibrahimov, I would have liked to keep him on, but he is going to have to come off. 2 for Mundell Smith. And really, we need someone to go and score a winner, because we don't want to. We want to start. We want to get off to a winning start, and especially considering going 2 goals up to not win the game is really poor. But Tolf with the ball at his feet into Gorman, who slides it out to Vucinovic Persson. Can he find Scanlon? He eventually finds him. Finds Ronnie Moncur, whose effort is tipped over. I thought he might have just been offside. I thought he went a little bit early, but it's put over there. Not a great start from the strikers either. I know Moncur's on a 7.1, but no goals or assists. Not involved at all. It all came through the wingers, really. But still 15 minutes to get our goal. You never know. These are in the cup final, so these could be our big challenge. Now, you would expect it to be the likes of Malmo. I think Gothenburg won it last year. So those are the type of teams you'd be expecting to really give us a game. But so far, we are struggling against this lot. And it's, oh my God, I think it's another one. Could he save it? Could he catch it? I don't know. It looks like their subs have come on the pitch. They're really desperate for the goal. Still 3-3. We don't have a lot of options, but we are going to bring Rosengren on. I'm going to bring Hafidi on as well for Finley Gorman, who's not had a great game. So Hafidi and Rosengren are coming on to try and get us something, try and grab a late winner with 10 minutes to go. I do think this is probably close to our best team. Obviously, Dewar will be straight back in for Tolf because he's had a really poor game, and Harrison is just going to have to improve because he is our main man. Now, we obviously have Tyree Griffith as well, who is, he did quite decently well when he actually came into the job at the end of last season. It's a ball up. Not a great one, really. Again, we should be trying to find an option. Vucinovic person brings him down, and it's a chance late on. This time, Harrison does well to read the path of the ball, follow it in behind, and grab it, which is really, really odd. Epia plays it out, but not a dream start. Definitely not an ideal start. 3-3 in the opener. Not ideal. Not happy with that. Again, considering, I don't know. Really weird. Ibrahimov looks like he's picked up a knock as well, which is disappointing because he had quite a good opening game. He's only going to miss 2 weeks, so not too bad. But yeah, not a good start, but not the end of the world. Thankfully, we do take a point at least. And now we've got Hammer Bay next. So for the second and final game, it's Hammer Bay in the league. We need to make up for it, and we have made some changes. Harrison keeps his place in goal. I feel like he'll be good. He's a leading Premier Division player. There's no way he was that bad. It was just a nervy debut. We then got a back four of Berman, Epia, Dewar back in, Cooper back in, midfield two of Osterberg and Gorman, and then a front four of Mundell Smith, Scanlon, El Boujoufi, and Moncur. Obviously, Ibrahimov gonna miss the game with an injury. That's the bench. Let's get started. Let's get into it. We need a win to get ourselves 4 points from the opening two. Wouldn't be the end of the world, but 2 points or just 1 point, that would be disappointing, and that would maybe give us a bit of a reality check. But I still think we've got a team capable of winning the league. I think we just need to get off to a winning start, or at least get the first win under us, and then we'll ride that momentum. But clearly, we got to a cup final, so we're not that bad. But they also got to a cup final. These drew as well on their opening games, so they're really not looking to lose this one. But yeah, I think goal scoring wise, yes, obviously we've done well. We scored 3 goals, which is great, but we need to be a little bit sharper defensively as well. Finley Gorman plays Ronnie Moncur through. He's got men to run at. He's got a few in the box to aim for if he can turn it. Plays back to Cooper, who plays it to Osterberg, the £1 million man, just wide. I think there was better options there, to be honest, from Ronnie Moncur. He didn't have to go back to Cooper, I think. That is a hell of a name. Fisher, Storm, or Pansar. There we go. What a name from their goalkeeper. But I think there was better options for Moncur there to potentially get a ball in the box. But Cooper out to Scanlon, who loses the ball. We are still not exactly sure of Scanlon's best position. He's playing left wing at the minute because of needs must. We don't have really anyone else who can play there with the injuries. And we're a goal behind. Oh, it's not ideal. Another clean sheet not kept. Very early doors. First effort on target. Goalkeeper nowhere near it. I thought this goalkeeper was going to be a good signing, you know. I really, really do. Yeah, we obviously have 1 year left on our contract. Have we maybe hit a bit of a ceiling with the club? Or maybe there's just a sense that we've just been here too long now. Players are not reacting, that kind of thing. Or is it just a slightly slow start and we'll be fine? I don't know. But, this game's not over. 25 minutes in. We do score goals. That's the good thing about us. We do score goals. And we have done this before where we've had a slow start to the season and then we just go on a run and get ourselves back in the title challenge that way. So it's not necessarily over just because we lose the first, or we only get a point from the first two. But it's not a very good sign. And I am a little bit worried defensively. We said we needed improvements at fullback. There was just no fullbacks out there that really improved us. They were all pretty much on level, on par with what we got. There was no one, even like a 3-star player. There was just no one at that level. I'm not even looking for star players. There was just no one better than what we've got. The worrying thing with Cooper is he's got a lot of potential, but he doesn't actually seem to be getting any better with the game time. If he was like developing quickly, then you could kind of have a bit of faith in it. And that is not what you want to say, because we really don't have a lot of options in the attacking positions. We've maybe sold one too many. So Mundell Smith is going to have to go off. I guess Scanlon can go out there. I guess Vucinovic person, which is really not what you want. A left back playing left mid. He's going to be the one that has to go out there. 1-0 down. We need a goal. And we've kind of been forced. Our hand has been forced into playing left back at left wing. So not a great start. I mean, Ronnie Moncur just, again, poor. Loses the ball. And we just look slow. We look leggy. We don't look like we're we're not our usual self. It's a very weird start. So maybe the players know that I'm out of contract as well, and they're not really that. I mean, they just don't feel the push that we're all in together. They don't feel the vibe. I don't know what it is, but it's a very slow start. In this game particularly, we've not looked good, and I guess maybe because we went on such a good run at certain points and we got ourselves into a title challenge later on, I've maybe overestimated us. Oh my word, that was lucky. That was huge. A deflection, took it onto the post. Harrison, thankfully, was able to just collect it. But yeah, we don't seem to be capable of playing out from the back anymore either, which we normally are not too bad at all. This is, yeah, again, we're just forced into going long. Might be okay this time though, as I think they have made a foul in the in trying to defend the long ball, and yeah, not really seeing much from Scanlon. Again, he's probably not a winger. He's probably a centre mid. Ball over to Vucinovic Persa, who potentially could be someone to get the ball in the box rather than just an attacker who just about manages to do it. Osterberg brought down, has to be a penalty. Is a penalty, bit of a lifeline for us. You'd think it would be either Boujoufi or Moncur to take, but it's actually going to be James Scanlon. So we don't set penalty takers, we just let them decide amongst themselves. It's Scanlon to take, and he does finish it. So it's 1-1. Bit of a lifeline because, again, we weren't really showing much. Osterberg won the penalty. Was a little bit poor from Vucinovic person, if we're being honest. But we do level the game. And even though we've not been great today, I know stats-wise we look like we've been dominant, but from what I've seen on the highlights, it doesn't appear so. We don't look comfortable on the ball. We don't look energised. We look, a bit leggy. I don't know. Maybe we played too many pre-season games. I'm not really sure what the dealio is. Or maybe we didn't play enough. I don't know. But, yeah, I think we're potentially a little bit light in terms of depth. But hopefully, come free transfer day in July, that will get sorted. But we don't tend to sign them straight away. And by the time we get them, it's usually later in the season as well. And, well, they gave away one. It was only, you knew it was going to happen. We've gave away one. And now Harrison, who had a really poor first game, has to be a hero. He doesn't really look up for it, does he, Harrison? He looks like he's on death's door. His ear lost on it. He looked like a zombie in the net. 2-1. Not ideal. Again, we need to get an equaliser. At this point, I'd probably take a draw and just sweep these under the rug and then maybe have a little bit of a rethink with the team. Fair to say, both strikers have really not turned up so far this season. No goals from either El Boujoufi or Moncur, and both have had pretty poor games. Don't really want to bring Rosengren on because he's just not that good. Potentially, we just don't have the people to create for them. I'm not sure. Gorman's going to come off for Hafidi. And I guess we'll put Cooper on the right and bring Tolf on at left back. Again, not really ideal. Actually, no, we won't. What we'll do is we'll put Vucinovic Person at left back. We'll bring Rosengren there. And we'll move Moncur out wide. See if that... Just getting a few more attackers on the pitch. Not really the greatest tactic, but we get a few more attackers in attacking positions. You never know. Could end up being what we need to get the equaliser. But yeah, no goals from open play. Clearly, Ibrahimov, Mundelsmith, both missing, both injured early doors, is not going to be ideal for us. It's really going to make things a lot harder. 3 goals scored in the first game, great, but 3 conceded, and then 2 conceded today without any of the goals. So really poor. It puts us all the way down to 13th, which, I mean, just we're already miles away from being in a title challenge now. I know it seems crazy, but to say that after 2 games, but it's a really poor start. It's a really poor start, and it's another player. He's got 2 to 3 months. He's going to be out a while. We are short of players now. We are absolutely short of players. And maybe we've sold too many. I mean, that's multiple players out for months now. Well, we'll have to work with it. We'll have to see what we can do. Hopefully, when you come back, we'll be in a bit of a better position. I think we come back for Norrköping and then the Swedish Cup final. I think we come back for the Cup final. We'll play, play 8 games off camera. We've been in this league now. We can kind of go through it a little bit quicker. So yeah, let's do the 8 games. Hopefully by then things will turn up. But either way, we'll have a chance at Europe anyway because we'll be in the Swedish Cup final. I guess we just see how we get on this season. It could be our last season at the club. I'm feeling like it's maybe 8 seasons in, maybe time to move on, but we'll get a feel for it. I'm not going to sign a new deal till we get to the end of the season either way, just to get a feel for it. If we're not in a title challenge at all, then I think we'll move on. If we do get close to winning the title, and I feel like we just can kick on next season and win it, because I would like to win the title before leaving, but yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you all for the next one very soon.